Okay. Hello, beautiful ladies. Welcome to our Essential Women's Circle. I'm so excited to be here. I already started yabbering about why I chose this topic today. And then thankfully, one of you ladies reminded me that I should record. So thank you for that. So yeah, this is just a very casual get together. I have been using essential oils for quite some time now. And I basically, have lots of women that I keep sharing oils with. And I just thought, why not record these classes and actually have them as, available for replay. It's also going to be like a space for us to get together, actually share about our own experiences. And if you have any questions as well, please put them, in the chat box or send them through whenever you're logging in your booking form, because then we can really address them and go deeper into them. Because usually when you have a question, it probably means that someone else will have the same question, or it will use everyone, benefit everyone. So let's use this circle facilitation space to actually expand our wisdom and knowledge all together, because this is really why I've created these. So I also have a little presentation today, which I'm super excited about. I spent the whole day preparing. Okay, so we've got, I'll just be, just allowing you to join us as you come in. So yeah, so let's just get started. I just have my screen share ready. So let's go. Hello, Priscilla. Welcome, my love.
Hi. I had to download my Zoom.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so I was like struggling to get here on time. Sorry, I'm late.
It's fine. You're all good. So so I will be the one to share. Okay, so let me just find how do I share my screen? Here we go. So I prepared a little presentation for you because I just thought, first of all, I thought, oh, maybe it's going to be too much. And, you ladies won't want, we'll feel a little, how do I say it? Like, I always feel like presentations can be nice, but sometimes they can also make us feel a bit like, ooh, everybody's watching and, everybody's on the screen. I just allow, my creativity to flow. And today it was very active. So I just thought I prepare a little bit. So yeah, Essential Monthly Women's Circle, welcome. So today we're going to be covering citrus oils. We're going to be refreshing and rejuvenating, and I thought it would be amazing as well because it's springtime, it's coming up. So I really feel that we will probably have this presentation for about 20 to 25 minutes or so. And then we'll just open it up for Q&A. So yeah, refresh and rejuvenate with citrus and essential oils. I'd love you to tell me, well, actually, no, I'm just going to give you the class summary. So we'll just cover a quick introduction and basics about essential oils, what are essential oils and so on. And then we're going to go into the 9 healing factors. I found this topic actually today, and I thought, oh my gosh, like I really want to bring this to the class today because I feel it's just so relevant. We're going to cover quite a few common uses with citrus oils specifically. We'll also cover the benefits of citrus essential oils, and I'll give you some examples on how we use them here at home, how usually my clients love to use them. And also, if you have any ideas, feel free to, as I'm chatting, like let's keep this interactive, feel free to drop them in the chat box. And I may not always be reading it as we go, but I'll get to it at the end. So also, if you have questions about anything that I say, feel free to put it in the chat box and, get to, just get to express yourselves. We'll also cover some safety instructions and precautions because there will be some safety instructions with citrus oils, although they are quite simple and easy to use and usually they don't have that many side effects, but there's some things that we need to be mindful of. And then at the end, we'll open up for questions and answers and we'll have an open discussion. Okay, does this sound good? Are you excited? Please tell me how you're feeling. And and what are you excited to learn today? What are you excited to what brings you to this class? I'd love to know. Okay, so let's cover some basics for essential oils. So just very simple. What is an essential oil? So basically an essential oil is a diluted version of a plant. It's a concentrated component of plants. So some of the essential oils will be cold pressed, others will be, fumed, smoked in, and then they'll be distilled. There's many different ways on how to source essential oils, and they are not all sourced in the same way. So we will be sourcing essential oils, for example, from leaves, sometimes from flowers, sometimes from the rinds, which is, really what citrus oil, essential oils are made of. They will be made of the rinds and the peels of the skin of the citrus fruits. And so another thing to bear in mind as well is that essential oils are actually really considered as the immune system of the plant. So if you really would look at a plant, like if you look at a tiger, for example, if there's a danger, right, the tiger will be able to run away, whereas a plant won't have that ability. So the plants need to find ways on how to resist the external conditions in the world, right? If there's a leaf, if that is bruised or teared out, if there's parasites, if there's adverse weather conditions, they have to adapt, right? And so the way that the oils adapt is by basically there's little sacks of essential oils that will be on the, on top of the leaves or the plants, and they will pop, and that component of the plant will basically allow the plants to heal. So what we use with essential oils, really, like, how do they work? It basically is that when we actually apply an essential oil, or we inhale or ingest an essential oil, because the essential oils that I specifically talk about, most of them we can also ingest. What basically happens is that we receive all the benefits of this, of this immune system, if you will. It's a natural component, so it basically serves our whole body in a very effective, simple, and effective and simple way. And also the body will be able to recognize those components and serve the rest of the body. So it really goes through the cell membrane, right? I have a full class on the introduction of essential oils. So when you're going to be accessing the replay, you'll also have access to the basics of essential oils class, the full introduction. So I really invite you to go there and learn more about how to use essential oils and how they work, etc. So I have like full on designs on explaining how it works. So why does quality matter? I really say, well, obviously you don't want to be using any kind of essential oil. You want to make sure that they have the highest grade of therapeutic benefits, and they are also pure, because you're basically going to be ingesting or applying them on your skin. So you want to make sure that you really use the best quality available. So I always say, go first class whenever it comes to your health and well-being. And that, of course, also goes for essential oils. So some of the reasons why I love doTERRA, I've been using doTERRA for now, I believe, over 6 or 7 years, quite easily. And I basically gave the addiction bug to all the members of our family. So everybody's using essential oils now here at home, and also, family members. And it's actually, the reason why I love them so much is because I know that when I'm getting the doTERRA essential oils, they will be tested multiple times, 15 times for each drop before it goes into a bottle. I know that they are effective. I know that they have no side effects or very minute side effects. And I also know that I can actually trust the quality. There's not going to be any kind of dilution going on, or just low quality essential oils, because they also basically test the essential oils on a molecular level. So they don't just go and test for the aroma, that they smell nice, but also on a molecular compound, which is one of the most important pieces when it comes to using essential oils for your own healing benefits. Okay, so I go much more in depth into this in the basics class, so I invite you to go over to that and cover it. in your own time. So how do we use essential oils? Well, there's three main uses. It's aromatic. So when you're actually smelling an oil, you're rubbing in them on your hands and you're smelling them, or you're putting them in the diffuser, like the one pictured here. Or you can also use them topically, which means you just rub them on your skin, on the different body parts that you wish to source, like to bring the essential oil to, or you can also use them internally. Okay, of course there are many different ways on how to use them, and specifically for internal use there are some precautions to take. I won't go too much in detail into that today, because essential, like the citrus essential oils, we won't really need that much precaution, because they're basically fruits. So if you're eating the rind of the fruit, you can eat them absolutely. And so the essential oil will be at a quality that is also available for food, as a food supplement. Okay, so I feel like I think I missed one slide, or maybe it will come later. Okay, I'm just going to go right into it. So yeah, so the 9 healing factors for radical remission and healing. So this was inspired by a scripture, like a writing that I found by Dr. Kelly Turner, which is who is also a PhD, and she really talked about these 9 healing factors. What is important for us to actually recoup and heal from specific ailments and conditions, whether they would be physical, emotional, or mental. How can we support our body in a holistic way so that healing can occur, and not just healing, but actual like radical remission, which means that you can actually really like inspire your body to heal itself. And isn't that exciting? I mean, don't we all want to know more about how to support our body in a natural and holistic way? So let's go into it. So the first one is to change your diet. So this is really all about becoming aware of your diet and becoming aware of what you're ingesting, what it is that you're eating, but also being aware of your whole digestive system, right? Because whatever we're ingesting and the way that our digestive system is set up, if it's healthy and thriving, then it can, of course, do what it's supposed to do, which is to digest and to detox the body, to support the whole body, right, with amazing nutrients, and to make sure that all the toxins and all the excesses are being withdrawn from the body and basically excreted, right? So the second healing factor is to take control of your own health. This is so important, right? Like, I really believe that this is one of the most empowering ways to access healing. It's when we actually become aware that we are the ones that are the motor to support our body and to support our well-being, right? Because when we take responsibility and we take control, then we know that we actually have we are the modifying agent in the equation, right? We're the ones instilling the environment around us in order to support our system, right? With health, well-being, vitality, and so forth. So we'll cover that more in this class as well. The next one is to follow your intuition. Although this one here kind of surprised me, because I thought, how can intuition really support us with healing? And then I really thought, well, actually it happens to me so many times that I just go to my oil box and I'm like, I really feel like, I feel like wild orange today, right? And it's really like that intuitive nudge that will make me go pull an oil. Maybe it's the smell, or maybe it's something that I remember about the oil, but it's also sometimes I'm just going, over my oil box and I'm just intuitively picking one. And then I kind of go and look up the spiritual or the emotional meaning, or what this oil is actually good for. And I realize, oh my goodness, like this is actually, this oil is actually supporting something that, I'm desiring to have more expensive healing in, or it's something that I'm really, struggling with, or it's something that I desire to receive support with. So really using our intuition is so important. It's also what, will guide us to the right healers or to the right doctors. It's just, a feeling. And I feel that that is actually, surprising. And yet, isn't it amazing that we do have an intuitive knowing? And with that intuitive knowing also comes trust, because when we trust that what is meant for us, right? Obviously, if you're looking at an amazing, beautiful, juicy salad and you're looking at a steak with fries, your intuition will probably pull you towards the salad because your body knows that that's what you need, right? But if you actually, say you're anemic or so, you might actually feel that the steak is the right thing to pick, right? So depending on your state of being, your intuition will actually be one of the most incredible guidance systems. Okay, number 4 is to use herbs and supplements. Now, why this is important? Obviously, we don't just want to be medicating and, trashing like toxins into our body, because it will be really difficult to flush them out again, right? Because most medication, they do support our health, and I'm not adverse to it at all. But I also feel that if there is something natural that will actually support my body, I'd rather go for the natural solution than, to go for the chemical solution. Do you agree with this? I mean, please let me know how this all lands for you. I'd love to know. So we have 5 more. So the next one is to release suppressed emotions. Again, this might be surprising if you're not really looking into holistic health, but if you're actually running rampant on stress levels and, your adrenaline is kicking through the roof every single day, right? And if you're not really taking care of your emotional well-being, then your body can't actually heal. And there's even scientists and doctors who say that every single disease and ailment we have is actually due to a suppressed emotion. And I definitely vouch for this because I've seen it happen in my own life. And maybe you've come across this too, right? That a pain in your shoulder might be connected with an emotion that you haven't fully dealt with, right? And when you actually release the emotion, well, that pain goes away. And so essential oils can really support us with that. I'll be talking more about this in a moment. So increasing positive emotions is, of course, the antidote, but it's also important that we realize that our emotions do have a direct impact on our day-to-day life. It's not just, this thing that you take care of when you go to your psychotherapist. No, your positive emotions actually they are actually the fuel for you to feel the full expansion of life, for you to feel motivated, for you to have enough energy and vitality to guide you along your journey, and also to fuel your relationships with love and well-being. The next one, well, we were talking about relationships, is to embrace social support, right? It's really to get yourself surrounded with people who have similar ideas from you and who also believe in holistic health approaches, because it's much easier to bounce off. And this is also why I'm hosting this women's circle, because I really desire for all of us to have this social support where we can come together and have discussions and open, conversations about essential oils and about our health, about our emotions, about our well-being, about our life at home, about our life with all of our relationships, right? The next one is to deepen our spiritual connection. And although again, this might be really surprising. Like, how can spiritual connection actually be, a contributing factor to healing? Well, actually, if you're really understanding that your body is, part of a whole, and it's a part of, a whole, like all of life, and it's connected with creator or God and, all that is, but also more deeply, it's really that energetic connection, right? That energetic, like, understanding that we are more energy than matter. That already is, very much a spiritual concept. And essential oils can also really support us there, because essential oils actually carry a frequency, and this has been scientifically measured. But frequency and energy, they really do have an impact on our lives. And I do believe, being a spiritual person, that spirituality for me has been a game changer in my life, because it really has expanded my worldview, and it's really made me become aware that we are so much more than just this physical body, and that we have so much more available to us, and that there is an energetics through which things do appear in our lives, and they respond, right? Our whole life responds to this energetic frequency and to the relationship that we have with our own spiritual connection, whether that's because you believe in God or anything else. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you are aware that you're not just this physical body. And then the last one is to have strong reasons for living. And I believe that this is really one of the major factors. I mean, we've seen this happen over and over. And actually, we had a case in our family where, one woman had breast cancer, and she really said, like, I cannot give up with, fighting this disease, because I have young children and they need me, right? And that for her was a real strong reason for living. So I also believe that that is a huge game changer when it comes to radical remission, is to know exactly why it is that you want to live, and not just live, but actually thrive in your life and what you stand for. Okay, so I'd love to just, I'm just going to stop my screen share here and just bring us all back into circle space for a little moment. How does this all land for you? Please unmute yourselves as we come on. Priscilla.
Hi, Lizzie. It's been going well. I say the 2 points that you mentioned that I can really resonate with is the spiritual connection. So I'm Christian, and I believe strongly that having that relationship with God is something that gets me through daily, like regular daily activities, and whether it's good or it's bad, just that knowledge of a higher being kind of keeps me going. And I know that this is bigger than me and my life is bigger than me, and we are more than what we see. So that one for sure. And then sort of controlling what we eat, controlling our diet, because what you put into your body, you might not even see reap the consequences straight away, but a few years down the line, your body is going to be like, all those fries you were eating, you're paying for them now. So yeah, I think most people do, especially when you like, I don't know, 40, 50s, that if you didn't have like a balanced lifestyle in your 20s, you would really start to see the effects later on in life. So yeah, those 2 points I definitely like resonate with.
I love this. Thank you so much for your share.
No
Lindsay,
worries.
did you want to share as well?
Yeah, I mean, I love all of the points. Yeah, they all really resonate with me. I mean, I definitely feel like having a purpose, to thrive in life is super important. Also having a spiritual connection, like I'm a yoga teacher, so, I'm a very deeply spiritual person, believing in a higher power. And yeah, so that really resonates. Also, I really love using herbs and supplements. I am on medications for my mental well-being, but I also supplement with doTERRA supplements, such as Serenity and Copaiba. And I find that they both work fantastic for my needs. So
yeah, those are two of my personal favorites as well. I love this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the presentation, and just continue on, because we're going to go deeper into the topic of citrus oils and how we can use them in a very simple, basic way. So let me just get back to my share. So here we go. So we had the basics, we've done this one. So yeah, your experience with citrus oils, are there any citrus oils that you feel you really like, that, you already feel like, oh my gosh, like that's definitely my favorite? Which one is it? And why? So one of my absolute favorites at the moment is grapefruit. And also, I will also cover grapefruit a little bit more in depth in a moment. And I also love the blends of Citrus Bliss. So that's like definitely one of my absolute favorites. Let me just check the, yes, Lindsay just got 4 to 5 free citrus oils here in the US. Oh, Citrus Bloom, I know that one is amazing. It's actually one, you can't get it all the time. They do have it this month though at doTERRA, and it smells amazing. It's like citrusy and bloomy, like, oh, it's delicious. Okay, so yeah, so let's refresh with this with citrus essential oils. So really, I love to use essential oils for you know, detox purposes, for, you know, invigorating my body and to support my body. So there's really a piece that I feel that is so important. So one of my well, yeah, Priscilla, exactly. You use lemon oil in water to detox. Yes. So lemon really has an amazing benefit, especially when you take it internally and if you do it on a regular basis. And I don't know what it is with lemon, but it's like, it just feels so amazing to actually drink lemon right from the morning. Like I usually drink it on an empty stomach, you know, in just lukewarm or, you know, tepid water. I don't like to drink cold water in the morning unless it's summer and I'm like super hot. I don't want to shock my system, but I love to use lemon in water, and not just lemon, but also grapefruit, right? So grapefruit, lemon, lime, like all of these. We also have tangerine here in Europe. I'm not sure if Lindsay, you're in the US, if you can get tangerine over there. You know, we have wild orange. So I have like a bunch of them here. So those are really my absolute favorites. And, you know, really lemon specifically is one of these support oils, because they actually help the liver to detox. They help us to just, you know, get rid of toxins. And it's amazing because lemon really has this property of not just cleaning your liver, but actually to support your liver with, you know, really eradicating all the toxins, especially if you have, you know, issues like fatty liver and things like this. It really helps. So even if you're just, for example, taking lemon after a heavy meal, it will already support your liver to take care of itself. Detoxing the liver is probably one of the most important things to do, because the liver really is what is the organ that stores all the excess hormones that, you know, we produce as women specifically. So, you know, throughout our cycle, we will peak in estrogen or peak in progesterone, and they kind of, you know, go in cycles. So when our liver, you know, doesn't fully function, what actually happens is that, you know, it's almost like, you know, these excess hormones are basically put in little pockets of fat, and they are basically stored away because the body cannot hold toxins in the actual blood flow, right? So what it will do, and this is why, you know, when you mentioned Priscilla, it was so amazing how you said that. Well, you better take care of what you eat because it will come back to you later. Well, that's why. It's because at some point, if your liver is not fully detoxing and not fully flushing out those excess hormones that we produce, specifically as women, that, you know, we actually produce a lot of them, what happens is that they basically get stored into fat. Yeah. And so you know, it's really an amazing way to support your body with weight loss, to support your body with just, you know, feeling amazing from the inside out, right? And as you may know as well, is that if we're not fully detoxing properly, it will also show on our skin, right? So when I, you know, when there's weeks when I have, you know, chocolate, for example, I eat something sweet, which I rarely eat. I really don't eat sweet things at all, but I just immediately start breaking out on my skin. And that's usually because my body is trying to get rid of something and it's not managing to, or there's something new and it's not really managing to clear. So yeah, lemon essential oil specifically, and also wild orange and other citrus oils, but really my go-to would be lemon. And for weight loss, it would be grapefruit, because grapefruit also you know, stimulates our hunger in such a way where it actually will calm and soothe our hunger and cravings. Because I believe there's something like, there's a sweetness in the rind that actually calms down our cravings. So another thing that I also love with essential oils is that they also support our immune system, right? They really go through and break down the toxins, they break down the excesses, and they support our body in a very natural way. Another thing that I would like to mention is some people actually use they squeeze lemon into their water in the morning, and that as well is amazing for the liver. However, it might be attacking your teeth after a while, especially your enamel. So like I find that the essential oils actually don't do this. So you basically get the benefits of cleansing and detoxing right from the morning without actually having this side effect on your teeth. Okay, so let's talk about something very interesting. So I'd like you to, so we have a little moment of definition. So glutathione. What is glutathione? Maybe you've already heard it. Maybe you're like, what is that, Lizzie? So glutathione is a substance made from the amino acids glycine, cysteine, and glutamic acid. It is produced by the liver and involved in many body processes. Glutathione is involved in tissue building and repair, making chemicals and proteins needed in the body and in immune system function. So glutathione really plays a huge role when it comes to refreshing and renewing, right? Because so glutathione is naturally produced, is a substance that is present in grapefruits, and like especially the peel of grapefruits, and it actually stimulates. So glutathione is also built and made by our own body, especially in the liver, right? So when we actually take grapefruit essential oil, or we eat the peel, or even just eating a grapefruit, will actually stimulate our glutathione production in the body. And when we are young, again, this is where age really starts to play a factor. When we are young, like young children, for example, they will be producing a high level of glutathione. Glutathione actually is in charge of the acidity of the body. So it basically reduces the toxic load and the acidity of the body. So especially oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is basically a compounded effect that occurs when the body is just, doing what it needs to do. It's, creating energy with all the molecules going through and out of the cells, etc. And glutathione is actually in charge of making sure that our radical, like free radicals, which are, these compounds that work as, toxic compounds, and they're basically they call free radicals because they are like electrons. They're basically looking for a spot to nest in, right? And so when we have a lot of free radicals in the body, it basically pushes our acidity in the body to a higher rate. And that is really where our body will start to have more diseases and have things like, cancer or cysts appearing, because, those cells basically will not be able to destroy themselves and be ejected from the body, but they basically mutate, right? So glutathione really supports the body with bringing down that oxidative stress, bringing down the free radicals, and bringing down the whole levels of acidity in the body. So imagine, so now you're not only having a detox effect, but you're also stimulating this glutathione production in the body, which will basically support your whole body and your whole, like all the systems of the body to receive these incredible benefits of low oxidative stress and low free radical production, or, so it basically allows the body to produce healthier cells and to destroy those cells that are not, to recognize those cells and to destroy those cells, right? It also stimulates apoptosis, which is one of the, scientific terms for when the cell actually within itself recognizes that it's not healthy, and it basically auto destroys itself, right? And when those cells are not healthy and they don't recognize themselves and they start to proliferate, it basically builds tumors and cancers and different problematic tissues, in the body. Does this make sense? Oh, amazing. So Lindsay is saying that she used to get glutathione in India when living there, and my skin would be glowing afterwards. Yeah, so there's people, you can get them intravenous injection. So now you also can use essential oils to stimulate that glutathione production. Yeah, so I'm so happy. Yay, I'm so happy that that Priscilla, you are learning so much today. That was the whole cause, the whole purpose of this presentation. Okay, so rejuvenation. I think that rejuvenation now makes so much sense now that we've covered it. So basically, citrus oils really help us to become beautiful from the inside out, truly, because we actually support the body with producing amazing skin, with amazing cells and amazing all kinds of tissues, right? So not just the skin, but also our organs, right? Our tegumentary tissue, our bones, right? Everything, because you have to really remember that an essential oil, when you apply an essential oil on your skin, it will take about 20 seconds until it enters the bloodstream. It will take about 2 minutes to, 20 minutes to serve the whole body. And it will take 2 hours until it leaves the body again. Okay, so literally within 20 seconds, right, the oil enters the bloodstream, right? And the bloodstream is the fastest, like one of the fastest, well, after the nerve cells, but also, of course, it will be serving the nerve cells and all the tissues of the body. And what is amazing is that because essential oils are natural compounds, and this is really where the quality matters, and I wouldn't use any kind of essential oil topically, not even topically, not even in a diffuser, because you don't want to be stimulating your body with the wrong compounds. But with the right compounds, with natural compounds, with completely pure and therapeutic grade essential oils, you really can have a huge impact on your body, right? And serve all the cells inside of your body. Another thing why I love essential oils, especially citrus essential oils, is the emotional support that we can get from them. Because citrus essential oils really are these happy oils. They are uplifting, they are motivating. I mean, we have two oil blends here, like Motivate and Cheer with doTERRA. So already the name will tell you everything. And the main composition of these oils, so one will be like more minty. So Motivate is more minty and citrusy, whereas Cheer is more spicy and citrusy. But both of these two will have quite a high amount of citrus oils inside them, right? So the other two main blends that I love to use for emotional support is one Elevation, and the other one is Citrus Bliss. Okay, so these two are really beautiful. Like Citrus Bliss is probably one of my absolute favorites. I will literally just apply it on my wrist and like tap my wrists together, inhale a little bit, and I'll literally be diffusing the room that I'm going to be in with this joyful blend, right? And we also have Elevation. So this one here is more to offer support in terms of, you know, if you have like anxious states of being and you just need to ground, but also you need to feel that, you know, happy mood booster. That's really when I would use Elevation, right? So citrus oils really help us to actually support ourselves, you know, in states of like in depressive states or in anxious states or in states where we feel that, you know, joy is a little too far away, out of reach. Whenever we smell, I mean, just cut open a lemon and smell the lemon. Like, don't you go crazy? Like, I love smelling lemon, right? So really the essential oil is a really nice way where you don't have to carry a full orange with you to have the benefit of the, you know, of the smells, but you literally can have a little bottle with you in your bag and take it out whenever you need it. Okay. Another thing that I love with citrus oil specifically is that they actually, especially together with mint, whether that be spearmint or peppermint, it actually has a benefit of stimulating the prefrontal cortex, which is actually the part of the brain that helps us to concentrate. Okay, so essential oils, not only like citrus essential oils, not only uplift our mood, but they also help us to focus and concentrate, right? Especially if you're having like a little dip after a heavy meal, or that afternoon, I don't know, for me, it's usually around 2:30, 3 o'clock, like about an hour or 2 hours after my lunch meal, I will feel that little ditch. Yeah. So whenever I'm feeling that ditch, I just put some essential oils in my diffuser, and I immediately feel a different state of being. So this is really how we can support ourselves throughout our whole lives, right? Our day-to-day life with essential oils. Okay. Vitality. This is such an important part, right? Like if you don't have energy and stamina to get going, like citrus essential oils will be my absolute favorites to go to. Yeah, because they really stimulate, they invigorate. Yeah, I'm just remembering because there was one thing that I wanted to say is that, and actually I'll be coming to that right now, which is frequency, right? Every single oil actually has a frequency. And so the energy is like contained in each and every single essential oil is very specific. Yeah, so there's a real molecular structure, and they have the thicker compounds, which are a little bit heavier. So these are the compounds that you will actually be feeling, right, like on your skin, and then you have the more volatile compounds. Yeah, so frequency really works with the full spectrum, the full range, but specifically with the volatile compounds. This is why when you open up an essential oil bottle, you should always close it immediately right after, because you want to make sure that the essential oil will keep those volatile compounds. Yeah, so that when you're using it, you're also using these benefits. So frequency really comes in such an important way, because it really is almost like, like a symphony, right? So it's the symphony. You have like the bass tones, you have, the violins, you have the flutes, you have, the pianos. Yeah, so you have these different instruments that are important in order to serve everything in your body. So these volatile compounds actually not just stimulate you on a physical level, but they also stimulate you because you're inhaling them, and they're creating this reaction with the limbic system, which is really the place in your brain. So it really goes, whenever you're inhaling an essential oil, it passes past the limbic system. It basically tickles the limbic system. This is why when you smell, for example, I don't know, like something that reminds you of your grandmother's home, right? That smell, it just immediately wakes up a memory. And so we can actually program ourselves in such a way that whenever we're smelling an essential oil, we actually program joy, we program bliss, we program specific emotions. And the essential oil also has that energetic frequency to take us there. So one of the books that I absolutely love and adore is, I believe it's called Essential Emotions, or Emotions and Essential Oils. I'll just try to bring that up here on my screen. So I was just preparing it just earlier. And this is really one of my absolute favorite books, because it actually includes, so here we go. So I've got it on my Kindle because it actually includes these different essential oils. So here, let's see the title. I'm not sure if I can see the cover. Here, the cover, yes, Essential Emotions. So your guide to process, release, and live free. Okay, and then you have like a beautiful. So let's go for grapefruit, for example. So grapefruit, just look at how interesting that is. So grapefruit is actually the essential oil of honoring the body. And so just imagine, we've just talked about glutathione, right? We've talked about how it supports the body to, let go of excess weight, of, managing our hunger cravings. Yeah, so this is really amazing. So the emotional and spiritual meaning of grapefruit is that it actually is all about honoring the body. It's all about honoring the beauty of the body, right? Appreciating our physical body. It supports individuals who struggle to honor their body, their image, right? And the patterns of mistreatment. So every single oil, so, green mandarin, for example, would be pure potential. So every single oil, let's go have a look at wild orange. So wild orange is the oil of abundance. So energetically, wild orange will support us with accessing a wider range of abundance, because when we are happy and well, right, when we're feeling the beautiful, blissful well-being of our lives, then of course everything that we see outside, we will appreciate that. So it actually illuminates everything that is abundant in our lives. Yeah. Oh my gosh, like, please tell me that you're blown away. Like, when I found this, like, I was absolutely mesmerized. Like, that's really one of the main reasons why I've become so passionate about essential oils, because for me now, I don't just use them for the purpose of health and vitality and my body's well-being. I mainly use them to process my emotions and to support my emotional well-being and my energetic expansion. So it really is a way of elevating our frequency and live a rich and abundant life. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get to some of the precautions to have with citrus oil. So already I had announced it before. There's not that many things that we need to worry about with citrus oils, because they're usually very mild and very, very, very gentle. However, there's a few things just to bear in mind. So essential oils have a way, like, it's also called photosensitivity, which means that they actually may respond to UV light. So what that means is that whenever you're applying citrus essential oil on your skin, especially on your face, you don't want to be exposing yourself to full-on sunlight right after. Yeah, because it can basically get your skin to burn a little faster. Like, it won't like fully burn you, but it's just, you just have to be mindful, right? So another thing to bear in mind is that you should never use plastic containers. So I know that we sometimes love these water bottles and all of these things. However, it's really important that we don't use plastic. Okay, so you can use porcelain, you can use glass, you can use stainless steel. However, no plastic, because like, especially lemon has really a way of being able to disintegrate the plastic. And if the plastic that, plastic recipient that you're using, or even just a Tupperware or a box, if it's not BPA free, then you're basically going to be having those chemicals leaching into your water. Okay, in any case, we should really never, like, this, I mean, this is really like, it's controversial a little bit. Some people say you can just put, like, a couple of drops of water in a big glass bottle and just use it throughout the day. I personally prefer to use the oil immediately. Why? Because I want to make sure that I get just the full benefits of the oils. So not just, the heavier compounds, but also the volatile compounds. So really, I will just go and, drop 1 to 2 drops into a glass of water, and I will drink it immediately, right? I will not let it stand there. I won't use it for the rest of the day. Of course, I understand if you have a busy lifestyle and you're out and about, then it's easier to just already have your oils dropped into the bottle. But yeah, like, it's just my personal way of doing it. If in any case you should have any of these essential oils that would touch any of your mucuses, like your eyes or anything like this, please, please, please dilute with oil, right? We never dilute essential oils with water. Don't go splashing water on your eyes, okay? Even if you feel that some oils are, too strong in scent, or they're a little, they're irritating your skin, always apply the oil in a smaller part of your body first. And if you feel that there's some kind of reaction, just dilute it with coconut oil. doTERRA has an amazing fractionated coconut oil that never sets, so it's always liquid. And you can also use it to ingest it. There's also ways to use essential oils if you don't like the smell or the taste. and you still want to get the benefits, there's also veggie caps that you can get separately, and you can just drop them into your veggie caps and just ingest them then. Okay. And then also be mindful if you have pets or because pets can sometimes have, you know, like I wouldn't apply essential oils immediately on a pet without, you know, having tested it first, you know, with the smells. And if, especially if you have cats at home, just make sure that you keep the doors open, and if you're diffusing an essential oil, so that the cat can just leave. Yeah, you basically don't want to be you know, diffusing an essential oil and closing, you know, closing the cat in the same room, because cats, again, they have a very strong sense of smell. And you know, what for us smells really like, you know, mild, for an animal could be super charged. Yeah, same for horses. So animals usually have a very acute sense of smell, and dogs as well, of course. And so they also have a very powerful instinct, and their intuition is usually right. So if they don't like something, don't like, yeah, don't impose it on them. Okay. So yeah, so if you don't have any more questions, then I think yeah, we can just go ahead and do some questions and shares. So this would be yeah, I can open it up as well. Like, what would be your 3 biggest takeaways that you had today that you wish to celebrate? And also, if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to know, then now would be the time to do so.
So I have a question. I don't particularly like the taste of grapefruit, but if I wanted to ingest the grapefruit oil the same way I do the lemon, is that something that would be advisable, or would that
Yes,
work? Okay.
yes, you can. So do you mean you don't like the taste of grapefruit as in the fruit
Yeah,
grapefruit,
the
or
fruit
the essential
itself.
oil?
I find the fruit a bit strong. I love the smell, because George got the essential oil and we've been putting it in the diffuser, and it's really nice, especially like to go to bed at night. But I haven't tried like drinking it the same way I would drink the lemon one.
Yeah, try it. Try and see
Okay.
how you go. You can absolutely do it. Like I do grapefruit in the morning. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try it and let you know.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know how you like it.
Okay.
And what were your 3 takeaways today, Priscilla?
The grapefruit oil for sure. I literally did not know any of the things that you mentioned. So that one, the glutathione, that one, that particular part. I did not know that. That was really interesting to learn. And that grapefruit was the oil that sort of honors the body. Because I get very bad cravings just before my period. I would crave like everything carby, white bread, pizza, like fries, the worst of the worst.
Me too.
So I think I'm definitely going to try grapefruit. Yeah, it's like, why does it just wait till that very point, and then I get really bad bloating and I feel bad the following day, and I'm like, why did I allow myself to go through this cycle every single month?
Yeah. Yeah, often like as women, I feel when we have intense cravings is that we haven't actually, and this is like more of a psychological, like an emotional thing. I This is something that I've noticed for myself, is that if I haven't actually honored myself, and if I haven't honored the fact that I actually need to go within during my period, and I'm trying to push until the last minute, that's when my cravings will really be bad. So yeah, like cravings and like PMS and all of this. There's actually a book that's called The Women Code, or The Woman Code. It's a purple book. The woman is called Elisa Vitti. I recommend that book to every single woman. Like we should literally offer that as a gift to every single teenage girl that we know in our surroundings. That book has changed my life. Because it's since that I've read it that I understood, first of all, why I'm having these PMS symptoms, and you know what they actually mean. Because depending on what you're craving, you might actually have you know something that's missing, any nutrients or minerals that that are missing in your body, and that's why, you know, you're craving something, although that's not really what you need, but you're craving it because you want to, you know, you want to overcome this overload of hormones that are caused by this lack of these specific nutrients. And it's different for every single woman. And yeah, like it's basically the science behind your period. It's really amazing. I recommend it. And maybe that will give you some pointers as well on how to, maybe also use essential oils and to support yourself on a nutrition level, on an emotional and also mental level. Yeah.
Okay, I would definitely be checking that out. Like, it sounds like something that I would learn from and would inform me in the future when I either have like cravings or the mood swings or the bad bloating. Yeah,
Yes.
let me go
Yes.
on Amazon.
I believe she has an app as well, so you can track your period with your app, and you have like different things that you can do. She even has a meal plan. I mean, she's
Oh,
gone deep,
wow.
deep, deep into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she studied at Harvard, and she had
Okay.
PCOS, like polycystic ovary syndrome, and
Oh, so
it
that makes
helped her.
sense. Yeah. That makes sense then.
And so she basically found out that all the things, like the whole medicine, the whole medical system has been made for men, but not to actually respond to a woman's well-being and to a woman's cycle. So none of these things are ever taken into consideration. So basically all of these masculine approaches to medicine were actually where she was failing with, overcoming her PCOS. And I know that she ended up becoming pregnant, and though she was basically targeted as you are infertile for the rest of your life, she ended up becoming pregnant, having a baby. So it's a really, like, she's a woman who has an amazing story and a ton of wisdom and knowledge. Yeah.
It just sounds like she basically just documented her experience dealing with this thing that a lot of women have and don't even know they have. And when it's time to conceive, the doctor's like, oh, by the way, you have this thing that we have no idea of how to like cope with it and like deal with it. So that's really cool. That's really, really cool.
Oh my goodness. Like, Priscilla, this conversation, do you know what? It actually inspired me to have our next monthly circle on that, how to support ourselves, like how to support our female hormones.
Yes, please. Yeah, I think a lot of people would really appreciate that. I totally agree.
Yes. Okay. It's a done deal. Thank you so much for bringing this into the conversation. It's a fascinating topic.
My pleasure.
Lindsay.
Yeah, so mine is like pretty much the same with the glutathione in the grapefruit. And also, like, I'm actually on my period right now, and about 10 days beforehand, I just started getting like really bad cravings and eating so much food. I was eating like 4 meals a day, which is like weird for me because I normally eat like maybe 2 meals a day. As a yoga practitioner, I eat very late in the morning. And anyway, so I got like super bloated and was like, oh my God. And I wish I would have known this information beforehand, but I have definitely experienced the benefits of glutathione before with the intravenous injections while I was in India. And so I'm super happy to know this about the grapefruit oil because I know how important it is to get those free radicals out of your system, for good health and prevention of disease and et cetera. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to activate in my life for sure, on a more regular basis. And I just feel really inspired. Like I kind of just wake up in the morning and go to my coffee, but I used to have like a much better routine where I was drinking lemon water and apple cider vinegar and that sort of thing. So this is inspiring me to get back into my cleansing and detoxifying routine in the morning. I know I just need like a couple extra minutes to do it, and that's fine. And what else? I super love the Motivate oil. I use that all the time, like especially if I'm like need motivation to get a project done or something like that. So yeah, I love that oil. So thanks for bringing that up. And yeah, and just the wild orange, I think, as the frequency of abundance was super interesting to me. Really love that. It's definitely going to inspire me to use that more often. And I think that's it.
Yay, awesome. Well, I love this. So I know Lindsay also had some questions about how to share the doTERRA oils, how to build your business, etc. So I just want to just open that up as well, because I know that we all kind of are with doTERRA, and it's amazing to know, first of all, what is important when it comes to sharing essential oils, and how can we build a business that actually is supportive and that is lucrative, etc. So there's different ways on how we can leverage this. I'm feeling I might also do a specific business class. So if any of you are feeling called to come to that, maybe we can organize those for those of you who would like to also build with essential oils. But I would really say one of the main things to not come across as sleazy and trying to push sales is to actually really focus on value. What is the value for people? Because like both of you said, oh my gosh, glutathione, I didn't know that was so amazing. I didn't know that the essential oils build that. That is something that surprised me. I didn't know this, right? So of course that's the first thing that I want to share with you. And this is not me pushing sales. It's me just, hey, do you know, by the way, this essential oil is good for that, right? And it's a very natural way just to keep it natural and to focus on, what are the oils actually good for, and how do you prefer to use them, and why do you use them? I feel that's really one of the best ways to, invite people in and have them, because truly what we want is for people to have an amazing life, right? Because we know that essential oils enhance our life, and we know that they have all these beautiful benefits. They're effective, they work, and there's, it really brings us into our power of health, into our power of designing a life that is supportive, that is holistic, that makes sense, right? That is aligned with Mother Nature. So I feel that whenever I'm sharing essential oils, that's really what I focus on. I really don't care if people buy oils from me or not. And, I don't make it mean anything, because sometimes people won't really get it. And sometimes they'll be like, oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I didn't know that essential oils do this, right? And I feel that also one of the main responsibilities that we have is to, to share that quality does matter, right? Like if you go down to, in the UK, they have Holland and Barrett, or you just, purchase any kind of essential oils on Amazon, yes, they will smell nice. However, you don't know what's in the bottle. So for me, that's one of the big, breaking points that it's a deal breaker. If I don't know what the oil is about, and what's in there, if they are diluted or stretched with any other filling oils, then I basically don't want them, because I also know the benefits and the amazing therapeutic virtues that essential oils have when they are pure and when they are therapeutic grade. So it really is, a natural, organic way of sharing and saying, well, this is why I use essential oils, and this is why I use these essential oils versus other essential oils. And it's really to highlight the gap, right? The gap between, well, choosing something that is first class, where it's going to have an impact, where that even if you apply it on a toddler or on a young child, you won't really need to worry about it, right? There's women who use the doTERRA essential oils while being pregnant, right? Although in all books that you will find, it will say that if you're pregnant, stay away from essential oils. Well, if you know and you're educated on how to use essential oils in a powerful way, then you know which ones to go to, which ones to avoid. Does that make sense?
I just have a question, and actually I just had some ideas popping through my mind. So as you know, I just got these 4 citrus oils. I think I also got a peppermint, and they're already oils that I already have. So I don't really feel like I need to hoard them. And I'm like, okay, what can I do with them? I've done contests in the past, and I actually just got this idea because I'm releasing this Ashtanga course. Well, it's already released. I just released it yesterday. To maybe do another giveaway with a citrus oil. and maybe add in like a doTERRA wholesale membership or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
do you think that's like a good idea?
absolutely. Like everyone who like signs into my one-on-one coaching packages receives a full membership with a whole package of essential oils.
Okay. Okay. And then what do you think about reselling oils? Like if I have some extras, like if I added them to my Etsy shop or something like that. I mean, is that
Yeah,
another thing I can
absolutely.
do?
Yes, you can, of course. There's always people looking
Okay.
online for essential oils.
Uh-huh.
So you can resell them. I would just sell them for the retail price, not the wholesale price that
Okay.
you get because you're
Okay.
a member. So that's one way on
Hmm.
how you could yeah, also there's people who make money that way as well with the Terra. They will basically
Hmm.
just buy the oils and have them at home and ship them out. I have some friends who, buy essential oils like this. I don't recommend people doing this. Like I recommend you doing it to sell it, but I don't recommend people to go out online and buy them because you're an honest seller, but you never know who you're gonna get your oils from, right?
Yeah.
I've heard some horrible stories of people, reporting that they had, ordered really expensive oils and then they realized that they were so greasy and basically they filled them, and it's quite easy actually. You just have to buy these caps and you basically just remove them and just put a brand new cap on. It will look like the bottle has never been opened, but you can't be 100% sure. So I would always recommend with just getting people to buy their own oils and have them shipped to them.
Hmm.
But that's definitely one way on how you can sell them. Yeah, even to just have a couple of bottles um, at display in your yoga classes, and if somebody
Hmm.
wants to take that oil, they can.
Right, right. Yeah. And especially as I'm moving into this new position next month, I'm hoping to run some aromatherapy workshops
Yes,
where
that
I'm
would be
going.
amazing.
And I'll have to kind of see what the COVID protocols are there with sharing oils topically, but I'm gonna bring at least two diffusers with me, one portable and one that I plug in. So hopefully that's enough to fill up, the space aromatically for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, if you have a big space, I recommend the Volo diffuser. I think Priscilla, you have that one, right? I believe you have the Volo diffuser. It's like it has two colors, one marble and one one is black onyx.
It's kind of like
Um,
white. It has a like a vent with the steam coming out from one side. I'll say it's like 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches tall.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the one we have.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that one is really the one that I would use to, cover. Oh no, you have no, it's not the Volo, but the Volo is also good for big spaces. The Petal is amazing for big spaces. I believe you have that one, Lindsay. That one is not bad for big spaces.
Yeah, I left it in India, unfortunately. I have
Ah,
another one that fills up. I mean, I can actually smell it outside the door, which is outside. So I mean, I know it's working pretty good.
yeah, maybe you can just, drop a few extra drops in there to cover a bigger
Mhm.
surface. But yeah, I can't remember what. Oh, it's Lumo, I think it's called, the one that Priscilla has. So it's not Volo, but Volo is also the big one. It's like that big tower, and Lumo is the one that's wooden and it has like a white top.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. The base is wooden and then it has a white top that you open and put the water in, and then we drop the oils.
Yes, exactly. So that
Mm.
one is quite good. Yeah, or you just have two diffusers, or you take a couple of sample bottles with you and just put them on the carpet, like on the yoga mat for each client when they come in, and they can just apply their own oils if the COVID protocol would be an issue, for example. But I mean, if you go around and you literally just drop it into their hands,
Okay, it
I
should be
wouldn't see
fine.
a problem as long as they don't touch the bottle and like go
Right.
grabbing it. But you can
Yeah.
just go around and just drop it on their hand, and then they can use that
Mhm.
during the
Mhm.
class this way. That would be such a
Okay.
great. Oh my goodness, I would love to be in that yoga class with
I know, I can't wait. One day it will
you.
happen.
Yes, and I mean, I would keep it simple, like have one oil, and then you say a couple of things, like the frequency of this oil is to support us with blah, 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 blah. And, it's kind of like going to have more of a luxury vibe rather than having, 5 oils. And then it's like, oh, you can pick this and you can take that. Like having them focus on one single oil in each class, I think will also stir their curiosity, and they can explore that oil and they know, oh, this is good for that. It's good for that. It's good for that. It makes, because we're kinesthetic learners, most of us. So when we touch something and we smell it and we have, wisdom that's connected with that, it helps us to remember information in a better way. Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
I love this, Lindsay. I'm excited for you to share these incredible oils with your clients. They will be
Thank you.
They will be, I mean, this is like, they will be so spoiled.
Yes, I know. I mean, I can start as soon as my retreat in Costa Rica, actually. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
To have the oil of the day or something.
Yes.
They have another one. By the end of it, they will be curious and they'll want to have them as well. Great idea. I love this. Okay, my ladies, so I feel complete for today. I don't know if you have anything else that you'd like to say or share.
No,
I feel good.
Yeah, feel good.
Awesome. Well, then I wish you a beautiful rest of your evening or day for you, Lindsay, because you're in the US.
Thank you.
And then I'll see you back next month, or well, soon for whenever we get in touch. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on today. This was so much fun. Mwah! I will talk soon. I'll get you the replay as well. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.